Hello everybody, this is Safety Gaming here, coming to you from Minecraft FTB Infinity Evolved. So today we are going to deal with making mining turtles, also going to explain this new construction in front of me. It's called a coke oven. Basically what happens is I can put normal coal in here and it will turn it into coal coke. Creosote is what is the byproduct, and creosote is something that I'll be using very shortly. So I've made up a bit of fuel for the mining turtle. So I'll get the bucket. Also one thing to show you as well, I now have a sleeping bag. A sleeping bag is an item that allows you to sleep while out in the wilderness. So if you're going out exploring, trying to find a village, or trying to find a dungeon, or you're trying to find a stronghold, doesn't matter what you're trying to find. If you're going out there and you've gone away too far away from your base to be able to get back there in time before it gets dark, you can use one of these to sleep out in the wilderness. So all it takes is 4 pieces of wool and 4 pieces of carpet. So those that have played Minecraft would know how to make carpet. Basically, it's just 2 pieces of wool like that, and makes the carpet. So it's pretty simple. Okay, the buckets. I'm going to grab some creosote out of the coke oven. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these. So what I do is I get the bucket of creosote, and I will make treated wood planks. And I'll proceed to do this with the last what's in here. So there we go. Now, treated wood planks can be used for quite a few things. It's part of the immersive engineering mod. I can do that to make treated stick. Treated sticks can be used in other mods, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do exactly the same pattern as before, and I'll grab those out. So now I have, if I put these down, oops, I have now got transportable inventories. The good thing about this is I can put stuff in there, so I'll put that one in that top one. I can break it, pick it up, put it somewhere else, and the items are still in there. And they also, the empty ones will also stack. But the even better advantage of it is that if the contents of the actual crate is exactly the same, they will stack on top of each other. So if you're going out to a desert and you're going to grab a whole heap of sand, you can fill multiple ones of those up full of sand, and they will stack. So, okay, as you will notice, I have 8 crafting bays here. It's just exactly the same as this. It's just that I put it through, again, how I made this into making the half slab version. So we are now going to make show the patterns of the mining turtle components. So here is the computer. So that's the basic pattern. You then take the computer and you will put it in the center here, which then will make the mining turtle, which I already have done. So here's the mining turtle plus the diamond pickaxe. I did say in a previous episode that the diamond pickaxe that I had, I was able to reuse. Unfortunately, I was wrong. you can't use a damaged pick to make this. So I've had to go out and actually specifically hunt more diamonds out just to make a new pickaxe to make this. So now we'll make it. So now we'll place this down on the ground. I'm not going to activate it, but what I can do is I can go into here. With the coal coke that I have been making, I will put it in this inventory here, down here, and what it will do is that I can go excavate, and I can then indicate the the parameters of how big I want the mining turtle to excavate. So what I will do is now I'll break it open, and they are transportable, so that's a good thing. Alrighty, I will need to make one normal chest, so that's a bit wonky. There we go. Normal chest. I will grab iron from here. No, we already had a normal chest there. It's alright, I'll reuse that one at a later date. Grab that as well. Now what I'm doing is exactly the same as what I did with making the creosote crates, but this time what I'm doing is I'm making up a iron chest. So now if I place this down, and I'll grab this other one from in here, and I'll put these side by side. They will now be able to put chests side by side by doing this. Okay, you'll notice that you'll have 4 by 9, 3 by 9 storage just in an individual one. Now, if you look at the metal one, the iron one, you now have double the capacity of a normal singular chest. Now, there is another thing that I can go and do, but I won't do it because I don't actually have enough gold spare, because I will need this for stuff later on. Is I can put this in here, which then will increase this contents even further. But as I said, I don't have enough gold to spare for the time being, so I'll put that there. I'll put that there. That there. I will demonstrate the sleeping bag now. The advantage of having the sleeping bag also is that it will not reset your bind point. So if you use a bed and then you use a sleeping bag, when you die, you will be brought back to the last place you slept in a bed. So that is the only drawback of using a sleeping bag. Alrighty. Now grab a stack of this creosote. No, not the creosote, the coal coke. I will now come down here and here's a sec. I need to work out the diameters of my tunnel so I can avoid digging that out. So, break that in. So there we go. So what I will do now is put the chest there. No, hang on. Keep this symmetrical as best as I possibly can. Put the chest there. I will. No, I'm going to put block there just to place the turtle down on it. There we go. So now what I can do is pace out the size of this room, and it will dig out this all the way to bedrock. So, okay, we've got to count this one because what it will do is it will go down one, come back up, and then follow this through, and then just do a crosshatch pattern all the way across. And then when it reaches its last destination, depending on if it's that corner or if it's going to be this corner, it will then come around and go this direction. And it will keep doing the same thing right down to bedrock. The good things about the mining turtle is that once its inventory is full, it will return back to this chest. Hence the reason why the chest has to be right behind where you started. Secondly, with the mining turtle, it will ignore lava and it will ignore water. So when you're doing this, you always have to keep an eye on it. Unfortunately, that's the downside of this, is that you do need to keep an eye on it, because if you're digging out underneath a base or wherever, and you come across lava, it will not get rid of the lava, it will just ignore it. So it will keep going through the lava as it is not there. As also same with the water. So it's always good to be maintaining, keeping an eye on exactly where it is, so that you can gauge as to where you need to start from. One other bad advantage of using the mining turtle is that if you are on a server and you log out of the server, if you log out and unload the chunk, I think it is, that this will actually stop where it was last digging. So if you're using the mining turtle, make sure that you either wait till it's completely finished, or you retrieve the mining turtle and set it up again for the ready for the next time you go and you jump into the game. Alright, so what I'll do now is pace it out. So I'll put up the block there, so no. I'll do it here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 15. So 15 by right. It's not going to quite do the whole square if I keep it as it is. So what I need to do is recount this out again. So it's 18 squares. So what I need to do is go this way 3, and then go this way 3. Another disadvantage of the mining turtle is that it will not dig above it. So if you're wanting to expand a room, you will need to put it at the height that you want the room to start at, and then go from there. So I've now got this at 18 by 18. Take these in. Righty, so there is our front entrance. becomes a problem. Right, yeah, I'll have to go upstairs and fix that. No, I won't. There we go. What I will do is put a false roof through here. So it'll be one block down, so I can block off all of these. So yeah, so you won't see the dirt, you won't see the underside as the walkway or anything like that. So. Okay, so now we have this as 18 by 18. I will now need to remove these torches and put them around the sides. Put that on. I will now throw this in here. Another thing too is if you want this to seal up like water or lava, stuff like that, you can put a resource in it and it will place these down wherever it will find I think if I remember correctly, it will place down any stone. Oh, what do you call it? It will place down the stone wherever there's a liquid. But I don't really want to do that because I do wish to try and get as much of the obsidian as I possibly can. This will mine obsidian too, and also the what do you call it? The mining pick on this will the diamond pick will never run out, so you can keep reusing the turtle over and over and over again. So yep, got excavate 18. So I press enter. It will now go through along this top line. So it won't pick up anything from here. Also, another thing too is do not stand in front of it while it's actually is mining, because it will hurt you. Good advantage of the mining turtle is that, or the turtles, is turtle. You can do melee turtle. You can do a digging turtle, you can do a felling one, and you can also do a farming one. Basically, how those work is that you can set up each of those turtles in a, like for instance, I'll go back, a melee one. If you have a mob farm, you can set the melee turtle up in such a way that you can have it so that it will actually auto attack the creatures for you. This evening. Rightio. Must be upstairs. Oh, you'll have noticed I got some heads. Mobs did kill me, but I got some revenge. Rightio, so this now has almost finished its first pass. You can't the diameter, not the diameter, the size of the square that you can put in. I don't think there is a limit. It's basically restricted by how much resources you can, how much fuel you can feed them. So yeah, see, I will have to manually excavate this whole section out, but that's not a big issue. So yeah, this is as fast as it goes, but it's completely automated. So you can set this up, let it go, walk away, come back in 10 minutes time, and it will have completed a good chunk of the digging. You'll notice if I go up to it and select it, it's only used up 3 of the fuel so far. If I had used normal coal, it would have used up 6 fuel already. So yeah, it doesn't actually have to be coal coke. Doesn't have to be coal. Can be charcoal. Where is it? So you'll see here there's burn time is 3200. That is the how long it takes to burn, obviously. But if we have a look at, you can see there's charcoal. Charcoal and coal are identical in burn time, so it's only 1600. So doing the coal coke is a lot makes the process a lot faster. Now I'll explain the actual coal coke itself. So you just type in coke. So select this. All it is just 5 bits of sand and brick. I have absolutely no idea how to get my hands on any of this sandy brick at this point. Mind you, that's probably because I haven't really dealt too much into Railcraft itself. So, but how it works is, I've got some dirt here. I won't break this in case I lose all that creosote. So this is the pattern that you need to be able to make. So imagine if that was full. So yeah, and then you put that one like that. So that way the very center of it is hollow, and you will have then you will have yourself your coal coke oven. You can also later on, when I get the resources, is add these onto it. You can either do the buildcraft transport, but by doing the buildcraft transport, you would need to have one of these attached to one of these, and you'll need other devices to get it all to run. Whereas I can use this, so all it is just copper, bit of glass, which I have, or I can make. So 2 pieces of copper and that, so you'll be able to make this. All you then need is to make a servo, and the servo allows the fluids is 50% of the extraction rate. You can go up to the hardened, so it makes it 75%, or you can go up to the reinforced, which is 100%. But the reinforced requires electrum, and we're in no position to make electrum at this point. So, and the fact is, I don't need to store any of it at the moment because, well, as you can see, I've used up all the coal that I've been able to gather to be able to make the coal coke already. So we need to come down here. See, in the time that we were up there to explain the coal coke oven, he's already done almost another pass. And when he gets full, he'll just come back and deposit deposit all the stuff that he's dug out into this chest. You can remove this chest and replace it with a larger one if needed at a later date, but yeah, at the moment, like I said, I don't have the resources to make the next one up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I'll dig more of this out, get more resources, and oh, hang on, before we go, we will show something else that I have done to the base. I'm not sure if I showed this in the last episode, but what I did was I made this. So instead of having all my stuff over here, I now have all my seeds and my seed analyzer, crafting table, and all that in here. So now I have the seed storage for the cactus, for the sugarcane, the cactus. I have pumpkin seeds. I now have watermelon seeds. I have normal wheat seeds. I have carrot seeds, potato seeds, and there's double up of cactus for some reason. Yeah. Oh, and you can take out the stuff and put it in like that. But the thing is, though, unless you break, remove the actual crate, it will remain locked to that particular food type or to that seed. So now I have that. So I'll pull this one out. Oops. Oh, and that was the last episode. I said you had to right click to get them in here. It's not. You can use right click or left click. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to throw that in there. Break that one. And I'll place it down. Yes, I have also, while I was off cam, I made a bit of a boo-boo with last episode's thing. I kept spending so much time trying to get these ones to mate. I completely forgot that I needed to go to the next step, which was the this one here, which was the cactus, and not the red tulips, but it was the poppy seed. And I needed that to be able to no, let me rephrase that. I had to get the red tulip and this to be able to make the cinder pearl, which I have started growing some already. But yeah, what I had to do is I had to get this plus I had to get the melon seed to be able to then make the next flower and so forth. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I've done so far. I will make this place a lot more beautiful and more pretty once I have enough resources and all that. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Once again, if you've liked the content, please leave a like, and any comments are greatly appreciated. And also, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much. This is Safety Gaming signing out.